So I spend almost every waking hour on the internet looking up videos with Serge. I guess you could call it borderline obsessive, but I mean, he's my father and I haven't seen him since I was a kid, so yeah, maybe I am a little bit obsessed. I want to see my dad. So anyways, I don't have to justify that shit. What the fuck? And I've put in hours and hours for years of private investigating work. And Uncle Jesse, speaking of Uncle Jesse was a private investigator. That's my grandpa. He was a great private investigator, which is exactly why he worked for America's Funniest Home Videos. He was also the guy who organized the Peter Pan play when I was growing up. And he's also the guy who organized the father-daughter dance. And he was the guy from Picture Day. He was very involved in my life. I don't see how Audra can't really remember him because she was friends with Mackenzie. And I think her name's Mackenzie. Maybe it's Kenzie. She's friends with Mackenzie. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the step-by-step... Or no, it's one of the Full House cast. Ooh. Well, there's hella cameras all over me. Like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do about this, but, like, so here's the thing. The guy that I'm hanging out with right now, he's cool, okay? He is cool. I gotta give him that. But he's spying on everything I do, too. Like, I mean, I'm a little bit obsessed with what's up with Serge, trying to figure out lots of things from his history. I'm not just obsessed with what he's doing, like, right now. I mean, honestly, actually, yeah, I kind of have been, because I've been worried about what Sam is going to do to him. And I'm also worried about his wife doing something fucked up to him, okay? Because I remembered the fact that he's part of the Coast Guard, and, so somebody's been claiming his pension. Unless he's MIA from the Coast Guard. He was definitely part of the Coast Guard. I have no doubts in my mind. And I'm pretty sure that Shavo is Nicholas Lober. Which is really incredible because just like a couple months ago when I was in Fremont, California, I came across the area where Julie Lober was supposed to, like, it was like a mental health care facility for people who had dementia or something. She had her birthday party there. It was where her mom worked, I think. That's where Nick went down, I think, because that's where I found a lot of evidence of stuff. And this has all been really, really, really hard for me to take into. I find when I find this evidence and stuff and put some of these pieces together, it's really hard on me. I cry a lot over some of these memories because I'm like 35, you know, like, I guess like, people are like, you're still young, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but my entire childhood was wasted away. Not just my childhood, but like my 20s, and like I was a really, really sick person for a long time. I was such a bad raging alcoholic for years. I'm surprised I'm still alive. That's why I smoke meth, is because it stops me from caring about alcohol. That's why I started smoking meth, and that's why I still like it, because it completely deters my alcohol appetite. And that's like the only thing in the world that I've ever heard of that could stop a raging alcoholic. I mean, it works. Like, do you know how many people die of alcoholism and there's no cure for it, blah, blah, blah? I'm like, yeah, but there's a way to... Like, if it worked for me, like, there's a lot of alcoholics out there that'll never touch meth because meth is illegal and alcohol isn't. So they kind of view themselves as, like, you know, better than thou because they aren't buying illicit drugs or something. But, like, realistically, if it worked for me, it probably worked for a lot of other people. Maybe not everybody, but it worked for me. And, you know, I wouldn't recommend, like, diving into it completely head over heels, like, right from the get-go. But, I mean, if it helps me function, then it seems to be the problem. Oh, my hair's all crazy. And here's what's upsetting too, is that, dude, the drummer, okay, John, your wife is not very fucking nice. Why is she trying to come in between me and Serge at all, first of all? Second of all, she has you, and she has him, and she has, what, does she have Shavo too? Like, she's just fucking around with the whole band? Like, what are you guys being such fucking sluts for? Like, keep it in your fucking pants and pick a partner. And sex is supposed to be sacred. You know what I mean? I've been working really hard to make sure I'm not a fucking slut. And I've been trafficked like a motherfucker. So bad. And not only that, but his, like, Serge's wife is in on this shit too. Like, this is where I'm kind of like, I gotta be perfectly honest here, John. Well, what else do you know? Do you know about Uncle Jesse? Were you on the boat when Uncle Jesse got offed? Were you on the boat when my dad was dismembering Uncle Jesse? Because if you weren't, then I'm sorry, okay? Okay, I'll say that. If you weren't, then I'm sorry. But if you were, dude, I've got the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard hella on my side. And if something happens to me, they will do something. They ain't gonna just sit around. They've been watching me for a long time because I'm a really good graduate of their academy. They love me. I love them, okay? I love all my staff members from that program. It was an Air Force base run by the Oregon National Guard where I was trained by Marines and Green Berets. Okay. And I've let them know what's going on.